Guys, my new favorite pastime is learning with Blinkist. I was getting caught up in doom scrolling, but Blinkist has offered a great reprieve from the social media madness. Just like me, you can fuel your own personal growth this month and unlock a world of wisdom with book summaries. With the extensive collection of summaries, the Blinkist app allows you to understand the most important takeaways from over 6,500 nonfiction books and podcasts in just 15 minutes. You can check out titles like The Hero Code, written by Admiral William H. McRaven from Blinkist Motivation and Inspiration section, or check out their career category. 65% of listeners find Blinkist essential for their career. You can join over 31 million Blinkist users and create better learning habits. Right now is the perfect time to expand your mind and supercharge your knowledge with Blinkist Premium. Don't miss out on this Memorial Day promotion. Get 70% off Blinkist Annual Premium. Start your 7-day free trial by clicking the link in the description box or scanning the QR code. Dana's at a press conference for Islam. So Dana's going to shine up Islam. That's the way that goes. And that's true in any other sport. The problem, we're making that prediction in ours, is Dana's going to ask the question that gets asked of him. He does not show up. Dana does not show up to those press conferences to do PR, to do a spin. He shows up to answer the questions that they ask of him. And it was very interesting to hear Dana on the heels of seeing Islam, which was given fight of the night. I'm sitting with Brett Okamoto and Laura Sanko watching it. Brett is telling Laura and I that's the best fight of the year. Laura had to remind him of Max versus Gaethje. Brett reflected and still took Dustin versus Islam. So when you're on the back heels of all of that, you're kind of drunk with excitement, recency bias. Dana said, no, best fighter in the world, pound for pound. You can't say Islam. You can't say anybody. You have to say Jon Jones. Have to. Here's what he did. He laid it out real fast. Cleaned out 205, took 3 years off, comes back. Not only doesn't look worse, he looks better. Stops the best heavyweight in the world, takes his belt too. Okay. I mean, you're right. It's enough. You're A to Z on Jon Jones and his talents. You could go a little bit longer than that, but fair enough. Yes, 205-pound champion, heavyweight champion. Easy over here, easy over there. I agree. Well, Jon weighed in on that because many people pushed back, wanted to give Islam a shine. I love when Jon does this. Of all the things he does, this is amongst my favorite because he shows that competitor inside. And this is the second time that this team in camp have attempted to leap Jon Jones. And it is this 2 for 2 that Jon has said, oh no, you don't. You might remember in Khabib's retirement, in the retirement speech, he asked the rankings committee, hey, the one thing I've never done, and this is my last chance. I will never have this chance, but on Tuesday morning when the rankings come out, I am number one pound for pound. He asked them. And they said yes, and they did it. Now, that is official. Khabib could take that to his grandkids, but Jon pushed back. Jon pushed back to the seemingly off limits Khabib. Not to mention loss of Khabib's father. Not to mention the end of Khabib's career. Not to mention he's a smaller guy that's always shown Jon respect. Jon stepped on all of them and said, I'm taking all the credit for something I deserve. I deserve to be number one. And there was something about that was so interesting to me. So now you've got Islam doing the same thing. And talking about, man, I'm more active. I'm more busy. Of course it's me. I'm in the glamour division of 155. Like, Islam's arguments are really strong. They're really solid. I just like the idea, without weighing in an opinion on this, I like the idea that that's worth fighting for from Jon. So many other GOATs, so many other guys that have been asked if they're the GOAT won't answer the question. They want you to come to the conclusion of yes, but they'll do it, right? The Jordans and the LeBrons and the Colbys, they'll do it, rest his soul. They'll be talking about, oh, how great these other guys were. These other guys were in my time, in my era. I just try to do the best I can. I maximize hard work every single day. They do things like that to leave you with the conclusion that they are, but they won't come out and say it. And they won't come out and say it, and it's not the politeness or the sportsmanship that it comes across as. They can't do it because of the fear of rejection. And I assure you, when Jon did it to Khabib, or even when Jon's doing it now discussing Islam, I assure you, he's feeling it. He's getting the fear of rejection. I assure you. But Jon's not afraid of that. That's mine. I did that. I earned that. I worked hard for it. This is how I got it, but it's mine. And I'm not letting you have it. Which includes ideas and opinions and a top name and a column. I'm going to be in that same column. It's just going to be in flipped order. Not on my watch. And there's something about that that gets real interesting. Because so many times we have to ask ourselves, what keeps Jon going? There's only a few people we've had to do that with. Conor's one of them. Conor has to deal with that every single day. Hey man, what keeps this guy going? What about Marvin Hagler's expression, can't wake up in silk pajamas, go run 5 miles. Do you guys know that Marvin Hagler said that? You can't wake up in silk pajamas and go run 5 miles, right? I mean, a rich man can't fight. Do you know Marvin said that? You probably know that because the media's told you 100 times Marvin said it. Yeah, except he didn't. Sugar Ray Leonard said that, just to correct that. A lot of truth, though. Conor gets asked about that constantly. Where's your drive? What's your motivation? The great Mirko Cro Cop met Randy Couture. And same weight class, both having these super high levels of success. But Randy was older. And as Mirko was entering that phase, that's what Cro Cop asked him about. Not about wrestling, not about dirty boxing. He said, Randy, how are you staying so motivated? How are you keeping that hunger and that drive? Brett Favre came out and asked Randy the exact same question. Trying to find somebody's motivation or drive when we put ourselves in their shoes and say, well, this is what I would have done. Sometimes it can be really tough. Sometimes it really can with the greats. What does drive them? What keeps them going? Why are you still doing this? And you've only got a couple of options, guys. You got the money and you got the accomplishment. And the money isn't going to be as strong as the accomplishment, but it's okay to talk about both because it's a prize fight. But I do find it compelling when you find out a guy like Jon, a guy like Khabib, a guy like Islam, when you find out how important being recognized for what you did, being recognized accurately, and not letting go of that just because it's nice. It's a different level of competitiveness. It's the most interesting thing of this entire story. I don't want you to miss it.